Hi, and welcome to Gary's Garage. This is the second segment of the Factory 5 Cobra Roadster, and just a little update on what I've done since the first one. You may notice that the engine compartment is now black, it's gloss black, because the car is not going to be purple, it's going to be orange. So we can't have purple showing. So what I wanted to point out is what we've got going on in the for the wiring as I'm starting on the wiring. So today I've got in this mounting bracket that I made that holds this painless fuse box, and we've got the grommet which goes through the firewall comes out on this side, and this is where the wires will come forward to the lights and indicator fan for the rad and stuff like that, and we'll go across the firewall to other loads on the other side or sensors on the other side. And then I still have some work to do on the heater box to get the mounting cleaned up for that, and then I'm going to remount the solenoids on the top of the box. And then in this area here we'll have the relays, the keyless entry system, and then the Holley EFI will be over here. So that's really all I wanted to cover. But this segment will be made up of bits and pieces. So as the wiring goes on, I'll just have more segments, but it'll be all part of one video. So. Hi guys, continuing this section, I'm deep into the wiring now. So as you can see, I've got the relay panel mounted, and I've done some test fitting to know that I'm going to be putting the Holley Terminator EFI right there, and I'm going to be putting the wireless or keyless entry system right here that replaces the key, so it'll be a start push button. So what I wanted to do here is on this wiring, I'm just doing it's a bit of a mess here, but I'm just making some connections. So I'm just going to show you how I make how I add a terminal to the wire. So I've prepared the wire, and to do so I've stripped the end a certain distance, and I use the terminal as a guide. So you want it so that the second crimp gets the insulation and the first crimp gets the wire, and it doesn't interfere with the connection. So these go in the relay bases. So I'll show you how to set this up. So I got that ready, and I've got a small piece of heat shrink tube connected to them because I just like them to look good. Here's the crimping tool. On these crimping tools, there's the wire size, and this is a 14 gauge. We're in the center, and there's a high side like a mountain, and there's a ridge. So what you do is you put the open part of the terminal in the ridge, and there's a narrow and a wide. So the narrow goes towards the terminal end, and the wide goes towards the wide end. So you want to line this up so that this part is in the center, and you actually get it started. Make sure that the orientation is perpendicular to the tool, and you can give it one click. That'll hold it in place. Then what you do is insert the wire in the terminal, flip it around, make sure all your strands are nice and straight. Put that in, and then you can look at the wires that comes out the other end and sort of remember where it's supposed to be, and then start crimping. As you get some force on it, it'll get difficult. And cycle it, get it open, And then there's a proper crimp. You can see that the barrel has been folded over, and then this end is folded over on the wire. Now this is not going to come off no matter what. So the next thing that we do is just do the heat shrink tube. Now my gun is over on the other side there. So I just hold on. Okay, heat gun. Orient the. Now, you don't need a lot of this. Just a short piece. It just neatens things up. There we go. Now I don't know if you can see. Right there, there's just a little bit of a shine. You can see that's the glue. So these are heat shrink tubes that have glue on the inside. So this will hold it in place so it won't slide off. And this is your best terminal. Now these terminals, I don't know if you can see, there's a little tab here, right at the end of my thumb there. That goes into the relay base and holds the relay base in. So there's a relay base. These are Hella. And this will orient itself. And you just have to look inside to see, and it goes, there's a place for the tab, and there's sort of like a pin that goes in between these two, so you orient it that way. They usually face outside, more commonly here, here, and here, and then there's one that's turned. But yeah, so the two bumps face the outside, and so this is not the one I'm going to snap it into. The one I want to snap it into is in the car, so let's go to the car. Alright, so this particular wire is for the headlights. This is the low beam relay, and so pin 87 on the relay is this guy right here, and when you place the relay in the slot, it's the one at the back with the round side facing the back. So slide that underneath, push it up till it snaps. I don't know if you heard it snap. And there we go. Now this will route down this way into the footwell where the old-fashioned dimmer switch is going to be, right above the dead pedal in the car. So when we ever get to that point. So that, I just wanted to show you just one of the wire connections. This is the power coming in from the fuse box, from the painless fuse box, which is over there. Comes in here to pin 30, comes out on 87, goes to the dimmer, and as you switch it, it'll turn high beam, low beam on. And the coil for that relay is controlled actually through the daytime running light relay. It's a bit of a logic thing, and which is controlled by the EFI. Will turn on the daylight running light, and when it's not on daylight running light, you can turn it on with the switch, or if it's in daylight running light, you can turn on the switch at night, and it will switch from source from here control to sourced from the switch, and the headlights will come on, and then you can switch from high to low. So that's the headlight circuit, and that's a little bit of what's going on with the wiring. There you go.